Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is December 26th, 2020. Earlier today, I went live and I discussed the death of the legendary salsa singer Tito Rojas, who passed away at the age of 65 from an apparent heart attack. That live stream that I made, it was buffering a lot. So I really wanted to do that live stream over. I was looking at the comments and someone left a message that earlier this year on October 28th, another legendary salsa singer died. His name was Cano Estremera. I might be saying his name wrong, but he was also a legendary salsa singer from Puerto Rico. And both of these men, they died just 59 days apart from each other. And I want to show you guys in this video how both of their deaths are very much connected. Both of these men were both murdered by the code of Gematria. And if you guys are new here, I really recommend that you watch the entire video before calling this a conspiracy. These celebrities, these singers that you guys are in love with, they are not dying from a natural death. You know, they are reporting that Tito Rojas died from a heart attack, but after you watch this video, you're going to second guess that. And they're saying that the singer Cano, he died from pulmonary fibrosis. And I'm going to show you guys how that's also false. Just want to make sure that you guys can hear me and that we are live before we get started. Because I'm looking at the live stream, it says that it's only one person watching. How is that possible when the video has 3 likes? So, you know, this is the same problem that I was having earlier today when I was making the video. You know, this information that we are putting out there, they don't want this up. They don't want this out there. So they are always messing with the live streams. You know, when you tune into one of my live streams, usually it's either buffering or it just cuts off. And it happens really all the time. So I really want to make sure that you guys can hear me before we get started, so I don't have the same issues that I had last time happening again. I appreciate that, Eric. Thanks a lot. Okay. So let's start with the death that happened back on October 28th. The salsa singer Cano Estremera. It's a Spanish name, so it's kind of hard to say. So this happened first. And then today we get the legendary Tito Rojas passing away at 65 from a heart attack. And both of them are legendary singers, just dying 59 days apart from each other. I mean, when have you seen that happen? 2 legendary singers of a genre dying within 2 months apart from each other. It happens very rarely. But like I said, Cano, he died from pulmonary fibrosis, which is, I guess, complications with breathing. And similar to what people that die from coronavirus go through, right? Supposedly, when you get coronavirus, you have problems with your breathing. And what I find interesting about this man is that he died 56 days after his birthday. And then he dies from a pulmonary fibrosis, a disease that alters his breathing. And of course, coronavirus is 56. So I guess, you know, they could have easily just said this celebrity died from coronavirus, but they chose a different cause of death, which is interesting. But if you read the reporting, it says here that legendary salsa singer Carlos Cano Enrique Estremera, Colon, long name, says he died on October 28, 2020. News confirmed by Malio Ruiz, the performer's friend, mentee, and fellow musician. He was 62. Estremera, who was albino, died at 2 p.m. local time in Puerto Rico hospital, where he was detained for close to a week due to multiple health complications, as reported by Primera Hora. In September 2018, the singer revealed that he was battling pulmonary fibrosis, a common condition among the albino community. 2 months later, he underwent a dual lung transplant at Penn Medicine Hospital in Philadelphia. And then on October 28th, he died from that illness, right? At the age of 62. A number that, you know, if you saw the last live stream I did, on Tito Rojas, I spoke about that number, 62. And this is what I want you guys to understand. All the videos that I make, I talk about the same numbers. It's not like, the last video that I did, I was talking about the number 99. No, I was talking about the number 62 in the last video. And here I am talking about another legendary salsa singer who died at the age of 62. I didn't know about this guy. The only reason I found out about him is because somebody left a message under the last video that I did, and they notified me that this singer died earlier this year at the age of 62. And that person saw that I was talking about that number. And he said, wow, look at that. This singer died at 62. The guy that died today, Tito Rojas, his name sums to 62. And Gematria, what a coincidence, right? And also his name sums to 127. Think about it. Tito Rojas died at the age of 65. Cano died at the age of 62. 62 plus 65 is 127. Just like execution. Execution is 127 as well. If you guys are new here, I'm going to discuss and I'm going to break down what Gematria is and how it's used every single day. And how you decode. It's really easy. It's simple stuff. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, literally. But, okay, so back to Cano. He died at the age of 62. A faithful number. This number shows up all the time. A lot of celebrities die in connection to the number 62. We just had the actor Tommy Lister, the actor who played Debo in the movie Friday. He passed away recently from coronavirus at the age of 62, right? Coronavirus pandemic is 293 to 62nd prime. 62. I talk about that number probably at least 3 times a week. But this is what I want you guys to notice, right? So if you saw the last video, and I hope you didn't, because that video, I'll probably delete that video because it's a lot of buffering and a lot of things got cut off. But what I discussed in that video is how today, the day that Tito Rojas died, it was a day with 78 and 42 numerology. And in Gematria, Jesuit is 78 and 42. And take a look at the Gematria of October 28th, the day that Cano Estremera died. He also died on a day with 78 and 42 numerology. And the reason that matters is because, like I said, Jesuit in Gematria sums to 78 and 42. The members of the Society of Jesus, they refer to themselves as Jesuits. And there's no doubt in my mind that Tito Rojas and Cano Estremera were both Jesuits because they both died in a Jesuit ritual. This guy died 56 days after his birthday. Come on, 56. Those of you aware of this know the significance of the number 56. Just notice, he was born on September 2nd, 1958, and he died on October 28th. That's 56 days apart. And notice his name in Gematria, Cano Estremera. It sums to 56. So his name is 56. He dies 56 days after his birthday, and then he died from pulmonary fibrosis, which is an illness that affects your breathing, so just like coronavirus. And coronavirus is 56. So I'm curious to know, why didn't they just say he died from coronavirus? This would have fit perfectly for the ritual, right? 56 days after his birthday, his name is 56. But I guess they wanted to blame it on something else. But it really doesn't matter what they blame his death on, because this man was murdered by the Society of Jesus. Just look at the connection with his name and the Society of Jesus. It's perfect in the 2 out of the 4 ciphers. Similar to what we spoke about with Tito Rojas. And just look at this image here with the devil horns in the back. For those of you who think that these people didn't worship the devil, you guys are mistaken. This looks like a very satanic image. Just look at it. Look at his face. He looks like the devil in this picture. But he died on the day with 78 and 42 numerology as well, like I pointed out. But notice his name, right? He refers to himself as Tito Rojas El Gallo. El Gallo is Spanish for the rooster. If you go to his social media, you're going to notice that that's his Instagram handle. Tito Rojas El Gallo. So it's not me making this stuff up. This is what they refer to. This is what they refer to themselves as, right? I'm not just typing in words trying to get a number. Right? These people call themselves these names. That's why I'm decoding it. It's a lot of people who like to just type in random things to get a number, and that's not how you do this. You know, that makes the work look bad. You know, but his Instagram name is sums to 65, and I guess that's his nickname, Tito Rojas El Gallo. When you call him, you refer to him as that. You know, and it sums to 65. He dies at the age of 65, and then it sums to 191, just like the Society of Jesus, right? And just look at it. These numbers are just reflections of each other, right? 65 and 56, 97 and 79. I mean, there's a clear connection with the Society of Jesus in his name. But like I said, I don't think it's a coincidence that both of these men, who are both legendary salsa singers, they both die on dates with 78 and 42 numerology. And what I mentioned in the last video is how Pope Francis, who is an open Jesuit, the head of the Catholic Church, he is 84 years old, and Jesuit is also 84. So Tito Rojas dies while the Pope is 84 years old on a day with 78 and 42 numerology. Right? As for Tito Rojas, he was born June 14th, and he died 195 days after his birthday. He died today on December 26th. And notice what the Salsa Rooster sums to in Gematria, 195. And that's what he refers to himself as. If you notice what it says up here, first sentence, Puerto Rican salsa singer and band leader Tito Rojas, who is popularly known as El Gallo Salsero, which is Spanish for the Spanish Rooster, has passed away. Again, you know, it's not me creating these names. These people call themselves this, right? The Salsa Rooster dies 195 days after his birthday. And that name sums to 195 in Gematria. This is why they put it in real big, bold letters, and they put these brackets around it. Because they want you to know that this is what he calls himself as. The Salsa Rooster. Right? You know, when you're decoding, you know, I usually decode from a person's last birthday to the day that they died. But it's also important to measure from the day that they died to their upcoming birthday. Because you're going to see that these rituals they fall on the perfect day. It's like, it's just amazing, man, because this stuff is perfect every single time. It was perfect with Cano, and it was perfect with Tito. This stuff is perfect. If you measure from today to his upcoming birthday, this is Tito Rojas we're talking about here. He died 170 days before his birthday, and sacrifice is 170. And notice sacrifice is 62. I mean, Cano was 62 years old, and like I said earlier, Tito Rojas' name sums to 62. He dies 170 days before his birthday. The Gematria of sacrifice. And if you read this headline here, this is by LA Times. Notice they emphasize Gallo de la Salsa. I know Gematria is used with the English language, but I just couldn't help myself and notice that when you type that in, look at the numbers it sums to in Gematria. These are faithful numbers here. These are the values of blood sacrifice. So, you know, I know that, you know, Gematria, I don't usually decode Spanish words with Gematria. This is an English practice. This code is coded around the English language, right? But I'm just curious to know why LA Times, the Los Angeles Times, they chose to emphasize this phrase. I'm just curious to know, even though the article is written in Spanish. But I guess they can somehow get the same numbers out of Spanish words, right? Because those words, they sum to some faithful numbers, right? 121, 257, and 86, just like blood sacrifice. Man, both of these men, they were both salsa singers, right? Salsa, Gematria of 83 and 38, just like murder. Both of these men were murdered. No doubt about it. I mean, we talking about the same numbers with both cases. Right? What I said in the other video is isn't it amazing that Tito Rojas just had a live performance via his YouTube channel on December 24th, 2 days before his death. Now, what's the odds of that? Because this celebrity, this singer, he doesn't perform that much. He performs probably once a year. So what's the odds of him performing on a day and then dying a couple of days later? One of the things I mentioned was that what I think is, I think these people know that they're gonna die. They know that they're gonna die. I mean, just think about it. The singer Prince, he had a song called "I Will Die for You." He had the number 4 in the title of the song and the letter U. U is the 21st letter in the alphabet, and then he dies on April 21st. It's hard for me to believe that these people do not know the day that they're gonna die. I think that when they, make the agreement, when they signed that Faustian bargain, I think they were told you're gonna die a day after Christmas in 2020, and I think that's why he decided to do this performance a day before Christmas. I guess this was like his farewell project, I guess, to his fans. Because what's the odds of that? He performs and he dies 2 days later. You guys think that this is just BS? I don't think so. I think that's exactly what's going on. Because if you watch this performance, it's about a half an hour long. If you don't speak Spanish, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for you guys to understand what he's saying. But one of his most popular songs of his career is a song called "No One Is Eternal in the World." That was one of the songs that he performed on December 24th. No one is eternal in the world. No one. And then he dies a couple of days after performing that song. On similar date numerology as the other legendary singer Cano Estremera. And if you notice the thumbnail, these two men, they were friends. They were friends. They died 59 days apart from each other. And the reason 59 matters is because in Gematria, the word kill in the Jewish cipher sums to 59. From October 28th, let me show you guys. From October 28th to today, it's a span of 59 days. $59 days. Freemasonry is also 59 as well. Word kill. What else? So this stuff, it's very repetitive. These numbers show up all the time. We've been talking about these numbers all year. I mean, the guy named Salsa 56. Do I need to say anything else? The guy named Salsa 56 died in 2020. I mean, that is the number this year. Literally, the number. Black Lives Matter. 56. Coronavirus. I could be here all day talking about 56. But I'm just doing this in case you guys are new here. Coronavirus is 56, right? Unemployment, toilet paper, right? There was a toilet paper shortage this year because of coronavirus, supposedly. Everybody, people was dying from coronavirus, and everybody said, you know what? You know what's going to help us survive? Toilet paper. Let's go get some toilet paper from Target because that's going to save our lives. Toilet paper. Just we live in a dumb world. We live around a lot of dumb people. So, if you're a shithead, you should get a lot of toilet paper because you're a shithead. But just wanted to show you guys the parallels between these two celebrities, right? Both of them dying on dates with 78 and 42 numerology. Both of them dying in connection to the number 62. Cano dies at 62. Tito Rojas' name, his stage name, sums to 62. Sacrifices 62. They both have the Jesuit connection. Cano died 56 days after his birthday. His name sums to 56, just like Society of Jesus. Tito Rojas' name sums to 191, like the Society of Jesus. He dies 170 days before his birthday. And he dies on a day with 38 numerology as well, right? Salsa is 38. 12 plus 26 is 38. December 26. Salsa's 38. Rooster's 38. He's the Rooster of Salsa. Rooster. Rooster's 38. It's also 110 like Christmas. He dies a day after Christmas. So yeah, so you guys think these people are just taking pictures like this for no reason with the devil horns? These people are satanic and they know when they're gonna die. It's obvious. How perfect is that? You know, he performs his last performance 2 days before he dies. How tragic. LeBron surpasses Kobe Bryant on the all-time scoring list, and then the next day Kobe Bryant dies in a helicopter crash with his daughter. How tragic. Guys gotta wake up and stop leaving these negative comments under my videos. Instead of leaving a negative comment, you should hit the like button and leave a positive comment. That's what you should be doing. Because your negative comment, not only am I not gonna acknowledge it, but it shows how how much of an idiot you are. That's what it shows, you know. I like to leave it out there because I want you guys to come back within a month and see the same thing that I was talking about and look at your comments and say, damn, I was really dumb a month ago. I was really a dumb person a month ago. That's why I leave those comments up there. Because I have hope for a lot of you. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video over. I'm probably gonna take down the last video because the last video was buffering a lot, and I guess they cut out a lot of the things that I was saying. But yeah, so you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you for joining us. Rest in peace to both Cano Estremera. Can't say his last name. I apologize if there's anybody that may get offended by that. A lot of people get offended by the way I pronounce words, but doesn't matter. His name sounds to 56. I think it's easier just to say R.I.P. to 56 and R.I.P. to Tito Rojas, right? But you guys have a great night.